what I'm saying is we have to understand, we have to at least ask ourselves, around the world, you here in England, wherever you are, what is it doing to us?
Now, the first step in eradicating this crime is awareness. Go see Sound of Freedom.
If you don't read the newspaper, you're uninformed. If you do read it, you're misinformed.
So there's been a lot of buzz rotating recently released movie Sound of Freedom, and it seems like this film is potentially damaging for some shady activities going on behind the closed doors in Hollywood. Several prominent actors already spoke against low level of publicity for this eye-opening movie. And now, another high-profile actor, Denzel Washington, joined the ranks of those who slammed the industry for giving it the cold shoulder. Hi everyone, and welcome back to Celeb Live Channel. It takes a lot of courage to stand against the shady tactics of the show business, but Denzel Washington is not afraid of the consequences he may face. Recently, the actor has expressed his concerns about Hollywood not giving the movie Sound of Freedom enough publicity and not willing to raise more awareness about the significant issues that plague our lives.
It got quiet in here, didn't it? Didn't it get real quiet? It's a tool, so we should use it.
The Oscar-winning actor, director, and producer is the face of some of the best-known films of the last few decades, including Fences, Training Day, Malcolm X, and Philadelphia. Naturally, he's touched a few lives along the way, and here's one thing he's known most for: speaking the truth no matter how harsh or unpleasant it is. So this time, the movie legend went even further, and he openly called out everyone in Hollywood who tries to prevent controversial but significant movies like Sound of Freedom from reaching a wider audience.
People say, oh, the difficulty of making a movie. I'm like, send your son to Iraq. That's difficult. It's just a movie. It's like, relax.
Despite the rumors of the show business being corrupted to its core, Denzel Washington remains one of the most honest people. And as he's saying, Hollywood is to blame for the declining state of the movie industry. The actor doesn't want to be a part of the weird things going on behind the scenes, and earlier this year, he declined a highly profitable role in Fantastic Four reboot. And apparently, the actor is now moved to the side of whistleblowers because he expressed his firm position on following the current agenda of the elites, because he believes Hollywood is infested with criminal elements who don't want to connect with ordinary people anymore and pursue their own agenda by deciding what movies to promote and what kind of films should go down the drain.
So what a responsibility you all have to tell the truth, not just to be first, but to tell the truth.
Now Denzel thinks that Hollywood intentionally tries to hide important and significant content that contains powerful message like movie Sound of Freedom from the audience. And in case you don't following the buzz around the new movie from Angel Studios, let me tell you about rather strange experiences and reports that appear on social media with moviegoers saying they're being forced to leave theaters during screenings of the film. Now, the movie touches quite a disturbing and provocative subject concerning the trade of individuals under 18, and it's quite different on many levels from other releases being shown in theaters these days. Since the very start, Sound of Freedom became the most controversial topic on the media, with streaming giants like Netflix and Amazon refusing to add the film to their platforms. And on the other hand, the actors like Mel Gibson promoting it via video message.
Now, the first step in eradicating this crime is awareness. Go see Sound of Freedom.
Sound of Freedom is a biographical film that tells the reportedly true story of Tim Ballard, a former government agent who travels to Colombia to rescue individuals under 18 from people who intended to trade them. The film was released in the United States on July 4, 2023, and has been a hit, with audiences passing $100 million mark in ticket sales, despite the attempts to not let people see it. However, the movie's success has been marred by a series of strange incidents at theaters, and many moviegoers have reported a range of issues, from air conditioning failures to lights being left on during the entire screening. These incidents have led to a conspiracy theory that Hollywood elites are trying to prevent people from seeing the movie, and Denzel Washington couldn't agree more with this.
It's a gift. Obviously, everybody here is talented enough to do that, but don't get it twisted. It's just a movie. It ain't that big a deal.
The actor is confident that some of the show business's most prominent celebrities are hiding their dirty deeds behind philanthropic and altruistic activities, and portraying themselves as good Samaritans. They only distract attention of the public from sinister crimes that's happening behind them. Scenes like Oprah Winfrey, who has been accused of using her position as high-profile celebrity for doing dirty deeds. Aside from being a legendary actor, Denzel Washington is known for the ways in which his philanthropic efforts have helped people, and most importantly, kids. And the actor can't stay aside from such a sensitive topic for him in watching Hollywood prohibiting the only thing that may bring light to the atrocious acts against human nature.
I'm looking at it from a different perspective.
some of the underlying issues obviously are still the same.
Many people praise Denzel Washington for speaking the truth and standing against the injustice that seems to have settled in Hollywood. Apparently, the industry is blocking everything that seems inconvenient and even dangerous, so they can continue playing their sinister games behind people's backs. As one person commented, "I respect the handful of actors and actresses bold enough to stand up for the sound of freedom as far as the rest of Hollywood. You're showing us who you really are." And another user added, "Denzel has always been a shining star that burns bright. He is very well respected and known to support our veterans in many ways. He knows Hollywood has a darkness and he doesn't need them." But it's not only Oprah's shady endeavors that played the show business, and Denzel Washington is confident that the elites are trying to manipulate the society through the industry and movies, and they start with forcing actors to portray characters that don't correspond to their core values.
I definitely experienced it, but I wasn't ready to live it. I wasn't ready to live it.
In his tell-all interview, Denzel Washington shared his own experience of being caught in Hollywood manipulative games. And as he recalled, in the early days of his career when he was still young and relatively naive, he couldn't crack the horrifying tactics of the executives as they had offered him a role that wasn't truly aligning with his values. In 1986, Denzel Washington turned down a racist role that could have changed his entire career. As the actor recalls, in 1986, he had a disturbing experience when talking to movie executives who offered him a role in a comedy, but Denzel found it racially offensive and not humorous at all.
I said, right, that ain't funny. So to me, it wasn't funny about putting a rope around my MFing neck either. I made a point.
It's not like Denzel Washington expect Hollywood to be all glitz and glamour. But when presented with a controversial film proposal that tested his principles, he decided to make a point and refused to participate in this offensive production. He did not hesitate to decline the offer, recognizing the damaging effects it could have perpetuated. His decision reverberated throughout the entertainment world, highlighting his unwavering stance against the industry demands. And apparently, this was the moment when he realized that the show business's agenda is dangerous and truly damaging.
I never forgot that, and I knew, on my journey, and we all have our individual journeys, that...
But let's get back to the present day, where Hollywood keeps pursuing its sinister agenda and prevents people from watching an important movie because of its fear of being exposed. Those people who had the chance to successfully go to the theater without any complications keep saying it's a must-see for every thinking person, and it's more than artwork, it's a vital documentary. This is a very important film and very important movie, and it's a very important documentary all wrapped up in one. It's really about an issue that has to be discussed. So Denzel Washington is fed up with this state of affairs, and he sides with other actors and celebrities who promoted Sound of Freedom via their social media accounts and brought awareness to many more viewers. Whether people are watching or not, Sound of Freedom is soaring in financial terms. On Thursday, July 20, it became the 16th highest grossing North American movie of the year, to much satisfaction of all whistleblowers.
We live in America, and in America we have the freedom to express ourselves.
Despite the fact that the film was rejected by major streaming platforms and the reported issues in the movie theaters, it seems like the celebrities like Mel Gibson and Denzel Washington could make the first step against the Hollywood elites by promoting the movie, and now it get more and more popular, so hopefully, the truth will eventually come out. Denzel doesn't regret going against the industry, and he feels that it's sacred duty as a famous person to educate others.
These ladders of battles, roads we have to walk in our given lives. Be you famous or whoever's out there listening.
Even with several prominent celebrities standing against the current state of affairs in Hollywood, it may take a bit more than just one movie to expose all the dark things. However, as many people say, it's a great start for making the industry a better place. As one person commented, "If this movie isn't shining a light on the people within Hollywood that should be watched closely, then I don't know what will." And another user added, "Another good man in Hollywood. This movie is definitely showing us who's who in Hollywood." Well, it's good to see that there are more people like Mel Gibson and Denzel Washington who raise awareness in these uncertain times, even despite the possible personal dangers they may face. And what do you think about this, guys? Do you share Washington's feelings? And is this movie going to somehow damage the Hollywood elites? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'm eager to know what you're thinking. And in the meantime, check my other videos about the controversial side of the show business. Well, that's all for today. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned, and I promise to be back very soon